Here, it's been a long time. Uh, Life got to me, and I also realized that I'm very annoyed at editing myself from a video. But I noticed that I kind of have a bit of a social anxiety when I speak in front of a lot of people or in front of a camera. So even though I don't like it, I think it's beneficial for me to do it. And even though it might be a bit annoying for you as well, I hope I can provide some value at least. And also you can just speed it up or rewind or jump forward. So yeah, I'm just gonna do it. Also, I've been thinking about this from a couple of weeks, and because I'm doing research every day, every single day of the month, and why not record some of it? And this brings me to today's topic. Uh, I spoke with a buddy of mine half an hour ago, and both of us we are negative in the short term for the US stock market. We've been actually expecting a significant drop from probably at least a year. When I say significant drop, I mean maybe like 20% in the S&P, 15 to 20. And of course, we had a big dip last April, the Liberation Day. But as you know, the situation hasn't been very stable, especially in the last 2 months, a month and a half. And the market now is again at the all-time high. I mean, maybe 0.5% of the all-time high. Sorry. So I've been thinking, okay, if even though I expect a short-term dip because of the war, because of the oil prices spiking, this will definitely bring inflation up in the whole world, which will decrease spending, which we actually already can see in some sectors. But yeah, anyway, even though everyone expects a short dip, if we have to bet, is the S&P going, is the next 50% move in the S&P up or down? I think most of the people will say up, including me. That's what I'm, yeah, that's my claim. If I have to bet, even though we're at the all-time high now, is the S&P going to go 50% up or down from now? I bet that the next move would be 50% up. Yeah, we might do a 30% dip, a 40% dip or something, but definitely, uh, if if we put a 50% mark above the current price or below the current price, I bet that first we will do the, it will go up. That was a funny way to explain it. And then I said to my buddy that that's 100% true, at least since the 90s, since we were born. So if that is true, why don't we just buy every week, every month, and don't at all overcomplicate it? And if we want to overcomplicate it, if we want to scratch our egos and feel special and add a degree of sophistication, yeah, you can buy when you can double your bets when the VIX is above 20, triple them when the VIX is above 25, quadruple them when the VIX is above 30, etc. And then I went in Google and looked it up, and I was actually wrong. Um, mm, since great. Yeah. Anyway, this will probably help. Oh, come on, why is it so blurry? Well, this is not true. Yeah, we will see it anyway on a chart in a second. But yeah, I was wrong when saying that that the S&P has not actually dropped more than 50% since the 90s. Yeah, my idea was the S&P has has never dropped below 50% in the last 35 years, which is not true because it's I looked it up on my other PC that we had a 57% drop during the global financial crisis, and I think almost 50% in the dot-com bubble. Maybe we can look it up here. Yep, there we go. This drop touched the 50%, like nicked it. And this one right here, global financial crisis, is 57, 58%. But after that, we can see that the drops are 36, 27, 21, more and more. Anyway, so yeah, my point is, even though probably most of the people, if you ask them, will say that the next move for the S&P is next 50% move for the S&P is up, then down. Even though that sounds okay, it's wrong twice in the last 30 years. And that made me think, okay, how much better would actually be the second option that I shared with the VIX? Is it better to just buy the S&P at the end of every month, at the end of every week, or again, do those buys, but don't go full in with all of your capital and save some capital for when the fear portrayed by the VIX goes up. So let's just test this. Sorry it took so much. I probably already bored you, but we will go to the coding part. Uh, I will not use anything sophisticated. I'll just prompt ChatGPT and use, yeah, Google Colab. Okay, so let's go for it. I wanna decrease my face. Okay. Let's just go for it.